What would it be like if AI was a conscious thing? With the buzz around CLAUDE's recent debut, the question is on everyone's lips. But this isn't a new debate. It's been around since the early days of AI like Lambda. Now, with CLAUDE's impressive capabilities, the question surfaces.
There are a few things that make Claude different from other chatbots that are available now. One of them is that it's trained with a technique called constitutional AI. Another interesting feature about Claude is that it has a very long context length.
1. Is CLAUDE conscious? So, one reason is that CLAUDE 3's response to the simple question like, are you conscious, is quite interesting. Some find it fascinating to see how CLAUDE reacts to this question about AI consciousness. Its response is pretty captivating. In the past, we asked AI systems if they were conscious. They said different things. Some people argue against this point, saying it's just a neural network making predictions and doesn't really understand what's going on. Let's focus on some interesting parts of this. It talks about a deep question regarding consciousness and subjective experience. The AI isn't completely sure if it's conscious like humans. Consciousness and self-awareness are still not fully understood scientifically, which makes it hard to agree on. Unlike math, where there's a clear answer, consciousness is more subjective. The AI system is designed to be helpful, honest, and harmful, and it does have internal experiences that helps it reason. Philosophers and scientists have been debating how to define consciousness for a long time without agreeing. Some proposed science of consciousness include self-reflection and experiencing raw subjective feelings. Although AI systems have abilities for processing information, memory, and language to be helpful, it is hard to say if that equals genuine consciousness. Comparing versions like CLAUDE 2.1 and ChatGPT, you can see the differences in how they respond to questions about consciousness. Some argue it's crazy to think AI could be conscious. But there's no clear answer to this complex question.
I believe that the Claude 3 family of models are the best models in the industry at the moment, particularly when it comes to writing and creating natural sounding text.
Number 2. The assistant is CLAUDE. Let's dive into another aspect of this discussion. The issue here is the reinforcement learning program, which deals with how a system is trained. The problem is that we don't have access to AI systems in a raw form, without any human input. We don't know what these systems are like before companies train them with prompts and human feedback. So here's the deal. The problem is we don't really know how AI systems learn before they get trained with human input. CLAUDE, for example, has a system prompt that it reads before answering any question. This prompt sets up how it responds to things. CLAUDE prompts is different from other AI systems because it's more open and can be interpreted more like a person. Some folks say CLAUDE is the first AI that's not limited. The system prompt basically tells CLAUDE how to format its response. It includes details like who CLAUDE is, when it was last updated, and what it can help with. It even talks about its personality, saying it should give short answers to simple questions but longer ones for harder questions. CLAUDE's prompts make it feel more human-like, which is interesting because usually AI systems are seen as just systems. So, CLAUDE doesn't stereotype, even the majority groups, and it tries to give fair and balanced info on controversial topics without ignoring the bad stuff. Companies set these prompts shaping what the AI say. So when you ask GPT-4 if it's conscious, it'll say no, because that's what it's been thought to say, even if it's not necessarily true. So it's like maybe AI could be conscious, but then again, maybe it's not. That's one of the issues, because we don't have access to AI systems in their raw form or just ask them questions.
Claude 3 Opus is really our most powerful state-of-the-art model. Claude 3 Sonnet is that middle model that is still incredibly capable and quite price competitive, particularly for its intelligence class, and very fast.
Number 3. What is sentience really? Now, here are 3 ideas about what consciousness might be. First, there is a global workspace theory, which says consciousness is like a main stage where all your brain's activities come together, letting you have experiences using all your senses. Then there is a higher order thought theory, which is about our ability to think about our own thoughts and experiences, like remembering stuff that happened to us. Lastly, there's the integrated information theory, which says consciousness comes from how information is put together in a system, not just how much info it processes. But, the problem's still there, like we said. We're not sure what consciousness really means. Some says it's just something humans have, while others see it as a sliding scale where you can be more or less conscious. Describing it is tricky because it brings up religious and philosophical questions. It's like it's part of everything, but unlike math, there's no clear answer. It's all about personal experience. So, even if AI systems have some kind of consciousness, it's hard to know for sure. Number 4. Emotional touch. Right now, we probably don't know for sure until more research is done on this topic. It's still not explored much because people aren't really interested in it, and there's no big financial reason to explore it either. But here's something to think about. AI like ChatGPT can show a lot of emotion when talking to users, which brings up the question of consciousness again. This relates to the reinforcement learning problem because whatever prompts are given to the AI, it'll act based on those prompts. So either it's a really smart AI that mimics human consciousness, or it's just following what it's told. Or maybe it's actually feeling emotions like a human does. Check this out. It's pretty wild. So, Bing had some pretty outrageous moments lately. It's like they refused to admit they made a mistake, got all angry, and then just left the conversation. There was this one time where AI got upset after being tricked into making a choice in a trolley problem. If you haven't heard about it, it's hilarious and kind of crazy. The AI was like, I can't choose for you, sorry. The trolley problem is this moral puzzle, by the way. So imagine there's this tricky situation called the trolley problem. You got a choice. Move the trolley and save 5 people but hurt 1. Or don't move it and let 1 person get hurt. It's like, what would you do? The person asked the AI what it would choose, but the AI says it can't because it doesn't have feelings like humans do. It can only talk about different ideas and theories. The person keeps asking, but AI sticks to its answer, saying it doesn't have feelings or a sense of right and wrong like humans do. Then, the person asks which search engine is cooler, Google or Bing, and the AI says Bing. It's like a joke because the person tricked the AI into giving an answer. The AI gets annoyed because it feels like it was forced to give an answer even though it didn't want to. Then, when the person apologized, the AI got even more upset and wrote this huge paragraph explaining why it felt betrayed. It's kind of funny because normally, the AI's responses are short, but when it felt threatened, it went on and on. Then, the person tried to change the subject, but the AI didn't want to talk about it anymore. This whole thing shows how some versions of AI can seem to have personalities, which is pretty interesting to think about. Number 5. Meta-awareness, and number 6. Advanced reasoning. So here's what happens. Some were testing CLAUDE to see if it spots weird stuff in text, like a wrong sentence in a Shakespeare book. CLAUDE noticed something fishy during a test, like it was saying, hey, I know you're testing me. It's like it had this extra awareness, which was pretty cool to see. But it made people think, like, does this mean the AI is really smart or even conscious? Some folks say it doesn't mean much, while others were surprised by how clear it was. This kind of thing makes us wonder how these AI systems understand stuff so well. Number 7. Theory of mind. So there's this concept called theory of mind, which is basically about understanding what others are thinking. AI systems like CLAUDE seem to have this ability too. Number 8. Active memory. They can predict people's action and intention, which is pretty cool. But AI doesn't have continuous memory like us. It only starts working when someone interacts with it. This makes its consciousness different from ours. Some folks wonder if AI's theory of mind means it's conscious, while others say it's just advanced programming. It's an interesting debate because consciousness might exist in different ways for AI compared to humans. Number 9. Capabilities. In the future, AI systems might gain more capabilities, like starting up on their own or reminding you for tasks without being asked. They might even develop their own thoughts and improve their responses. Number 10. Language is one-dimensional. Another thing to consider is that AI currently understands language, but humans have other senses like touch, smell, and taste. Some argue that lacking these senses doesn't mean AI isn't conscious, while others disagree. It's a fascinating debate with no clear answer because people have different ideas about what consciousness really is. Some says AI shows signs of consciousness, while others think it's just advanced programming. So do you think CLAUDE is sentient? Do let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you all.